What's up, everybody? What's up? This is yours truly, Casacello James, the credit expert, and welcome to my Sunday edition of the Live Credit Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to jump right into it because I have some really important, exciting news concerning credit. That is, this show is all about credit and finances. So if you're needing some help with your credit, also with my company, Exceptional Credit Repair, LLC, I do credit restoration, I do consulting, I do taking the credit just to the next level. It doesn't matter if you do have some challenging information on your credit report, from your names, from your addresses to the accounts. So my company, we certify and we do help people get to the next level concerning their credit and their finances. So this is all about credit and finances, all the complicated issues that you have with credit, and we have them. So this is what this particular show is about, and my company. So welcome to everybody. What's going on, Lisa? What's going on? Thank you for joining me. Normally I'm on every Tuesday night. I will be on this Tuesday night as well coming up, but I wanted to do a Sunday edition because I was able to lock in the pastor. I got the pastor Givens is going to be with me all the way from Tennessee. So you don't want to miss it. Please share this video. Share this video. What's up, Mr. Banks? David Wade, thank you. What's going on, bro? What's going on? So this is the Sunday edition. And before I get started, I know people are coming in, but I want to share with you something that I decided I wanted to quote. I know it by heart, but I'm going to read it so you'll know it as well. It's Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Since we're doing the Sunday edition, I just wanted to give you a little word since I got the pastor on with me tonight, just a little word. So this is the book of Galatians. You're going to go all the way to the end of the Bible. If you go to Genesis, you probably ain't read the Bible in a long time, but it's in Galatians chapter 6 and it's verse 9. It says this, and let us, all of us together, and let us as it's talking to all of us, everybody around this country. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. All right. It says, let us not be weary, because you get tired, you get frustrated, and y'all know I get frustrated. All right. But it says, let us not be weary. Let us not be weary in well-doing, because doing good, it seems like sometimes it doesn't pay off, but it will. All right. So let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get exhausted. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get frustrated. Don't mean that you're not going to mess some stuff up. It just means if you do mess it up, do what you can with God's help to get back up and finish your assignment. All right. You want to finish your assignment. So I'm going to be talking about tonight about the people keeping on pressing and the people that are dealing with the job losses. They're dealing with COVID-19, of course, the pandemic that is still out. And it's just amazing to me to see people still, wanting to hang out and do all the, the big social things and the big groups and all of that. But you need to protect yourself. All right. So this is what's happening when it comes down to your credit and the finances. A lot of you are delaying or deferring those payments, which are going to be problematic, trying to pull yourself, if you will, out of the hole. All right. So I want to talk about tonight the quick way to delete collections and charged offs. All right. Collections and charged offs. I'm going to try to show you the difference between both of them. They're kind of similar in certain degrees and certain time frames when they're being reported on your credit report. But I'm going to talk to you about major collections and charged offs. That's why I invited the pastor, the man of God, tonight, because he just had some quick success, very quick success. Sometimes, all you have to do is just start it so you can see the outcome in your favor. All right. So I wanted to talk about that. But before I get started with that, shout out to everybody that's been signing up to YouTube. If you have not subscribed, this is what you got to do. Y'all know this is what you got to do. Go to YouTube. Type in Exceptional Credit Repair LLC. Once you type that in, you want to like all those videos, all right? Like all those shows, like all of them, all right? And then hit the notification bell, and then make sure you hit that bell, because some people, don't know that I'm on unless you hit the bell, and you'll get the notification every time we come on. So let's start with collections, because people have been asking me all week. They've been asking me last week, what is a collection? And most of them say, I know what a collection is because I got that little envelope and that bad news. Collections is bad news. That's bad news. It's just bad news. So a debt collection is a type of financial account, and I wrote all my notes so I wouldn't forget. It's a financial account that has been sent to a third party. That means the original lender, and I'm going to use this for an example. Let's just say a sale company or whatever the case may be, and you actually owe them $1,000, but it has now been sent to the collection agency, which would be considered a third party. It has been sent to a third party collector. The debt collector of these companies who collect unpaid debts for others. All right. Now, if they sell that debt to the collection agency legally, it's no longer that particular original company's debt. So if the sale company sells it to Scooby-Doo Get My Money, then Scooby-Doo Get My Money owns that debt unless, watch this, they have a binding agreement that we're just outsourcing this particular situation or service to your company, and we'll go after them for you. So it's not just only one type of system, it's many systems and many arrangements. So most collection agencies just like to buy the debt for pennies on a dollar, but most collections have been sold to a third party company and they become the sole owner of that debt. So here's the reason why you need to know this concerning your credit report, is because if the collection is showing on your credit report, you owe $1,000 to Scooby-Doo collection agency, and then the same type of original lender is still reporting the debt, then they're double dipping. All right. It has to be one or the other. But most time, because the broken system with the credit bureaus, with all of them, most of them, that's my opinion as a businessman in this game for 29 years. Most of those reporting agencies do not keep accurate record. What's up, Mr. Fletcher? So at the end of the day, most collection agencies, which are under that umbrella of a third party company, they will buy that debt pennies on a dollar. All right. So there are unpaid debts that have been sold off, or they've been outsourced to a third party company. So you want to be very careful and know what you're dealing with. Many of you look at your credit report, but you don't understand the totality of the credit report. You have to read the details. Watch this, if the details was not important, it wouldn't be a certain category or a certain heading for all of the integral details that you find on your credit report. All right. So those details do tell you a whole lot. Okay. And if the collection has a balance on there, it's bad. Stop saying that it's a little bit of, and it ain't a little bit of stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff. All right. Because I'm going to tell you, bad is bad, good is good. All right. And for me, what I do, I push to have it removed. All right. You want it to look like you want your credit report well-rounded, and you don't even want to have to deal with that. So I push, and most of the companies will, even some the bad ones. A lot of times, if you make arrangements with them, because all they want is the money. Bottom line, most of them, some of them gonna pay hardball with you, like certain credit unions I don't like. But at the end of the day, most of them will remove it off your credit report. I said most, not all. So you have to do your negotiation because they're doing their negotiation. So collections, y'all got it? Or unpaid debts that have been outsourced or sold to a third party company, and they coming, as they say, Uncle Sam wants you, they coming for you. All right. So be very careful with collections. When you get those paper, and I've been waiting all day to say this, when you get those letters in the mail, the reason why they send that out is because that's their particular paper trail and documentation stating that we follow the rule of the law. All right. And I'm going to go into some other stuff about what changed in 2018 in the month of September. There was the revised bill if you will, that was created by the Congress. And, it's a federal law. So there's a lot of laws in the new bill that came out in 2018. And those are what I do with my company. So when you come to me for credit restoration, what I do is I then take the totality again of everything that's on your credit report, and I try to use the best law I can, or double laws or triple laws, to be able to get it off your credit report. All right. So I wanted to start right there, and now I'm going to bring my special guest in because I want him to talk. And this Sunday, the pastors, they got to do their family stuff, and they got to eat their good chicken if they like me. All right. So I wanted to bring him on. This young man is a young man of integrity. He does pastor a great church in Tennessee. His family, his wife supports him 1,000,000,000%, has a very sweet wife, wonderful children, and he's making things happen in Tennessee. I'm just proud of him because he's followed my rules. I didn't have no headaches from him or his companion. His wife, the first lady, didn't have any problem. I think I said that on another show. Didn't have any problems out of them. They were a breath of fresh air, like you say in Yagi-san. They were a breath of fresh air. So I'm going to bring him on. This is none other the great pastor himself, Pastor Gregory Givens. Y'all give it up for Pastor Gregory Givens. I ain't want to mess his name up. Pastor Gregory Givens. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the Live Credit Show.
How you doing? Glad to be here, sir. Glad to be here. The great Dr. James.
The one and only. Well, listen, let's get right into it. Thank you again for being here. I know Sundays is a busy time for churches and everybody, but tell me and tell the viewers, everybody, because the subject tonight is about collections and charged off. And I know you just had a major victory and you just won, and you've had some major things that popped off for you, like the young folks say, it's been popping off, and you're doing really good. Your scores are good, your credit report is good, and we're still climbing higher and higher. So give me your perspective of my company, Exceptional Credit Repair, LLC, and myself.
Let me tell you, first of all, why did he have to bring the Bible into it first?
Well, you the pastor. Go ahead.
He said in Galatians, let us not get weary in well doing. While we get weary, we start to lose focus.
Yeah.
Losing focus.
Yeah.
And the first thing we have to understand that we have to find faith. A lot of people get shaken in faith when they're not focusing.
Right.
I was out there on a limb, trying for my new house, couldn't get it.
Right.
Had to try to get help, but when nobody want to help when it's dealing with their credit.
Right.
Even though you are a pastor, I'm just being real. I'm keeping it 100.
Right. That's right.
But one thing is your business helped tremendously. You were stern with me.
Yes.
You got to do this. You got to do this.
Right.
And I'm scared to move without letting you know.
Right. Right.
So your company is well-rounded, real successful.
Yes.
You're talking about ambition. You're very ambitious.
Yes. Yes.
You're noble and you're highly intellect. You know what you're talking about. You're not one of those people that pull your chain, take your money, and run off.
That's right.
That done before.
Right.
So I was skeptical. I was like,
you had that done before?
Yes, I had that done before.
Okay.
That's why I was skeptical at one time. I remember talking with you, and I said I was going to do it before, and I didn't.
Right.
And then like I said, I was weary.
Right.
But as you go on in that scripture, it said in due season.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
You shall reap if you think not. So now I am reaping what I have sown. Because I want better, not only for me, but for my family.
Yes, yes.
One thing about it, when you don't have money, you have credit.
Yeah.
From everywhere. And you made it happen. You made it happen.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, you know what? That's exactly what I wanted the nation to hear, and everybody, on the social media platforms and other platforms, because this young man is a man of God. He's a real man of God. He's not one of them say one thing and do another, man of God. And as he said, I was stern in a professional way, because my goal is for my clients to make it. And as my mama used to say all the time, she used to work at Brent Haven nursing home. And so she used to say, it's crazy for somebody to have the medicine you need or the help you need, and you start fighting them because I don't want no needle, I don't want to take it. So at the end of the day, for me, God has blessed me, and I'll say that God has blessed me to be able to understand the credit laws, to be able to research it out and it not make me frustrated. Do I get tired? Yes. But the reason why I wanted to segue into that scripture, because that's all I kept hearing in my spirit, because I do believe in God and I trust him and I believe in him, and I'm a faith walker. Every business I've ever started has been by faith. Right. And so at the end of the day, you'll get, it'll seem very weary. It sounds just like Luke 18, when the widow woman, when she was troubling the judge. So at the end of the day, that's how I am. Even though you might have 5 things on your credit report, we're talking about credit and finances, and only 3 come off. The reason why I tell people, yes, still celebrate, because just like those 3 came off, the other 2 will come off. But, sometimes people they still look at that last little bit of stuff that's on their credit. And as I said that to you many times, and your wife, right. I said, it's going to happen, but right. You just got to follow my rule, because I'm a no nonsense businessman. I mean what I say and say what I mean.
One thing I like, and you stated this, it's not going to happen overnight, but it seemed like it happened overnight.
Please talk about that. Please talk about that.
Well, I called about 3 months ago. I started doing everything 3 or 4 months ago, and things have started falling off. Start leaving, start going. And then once I called him, and again, like I said, I don't make no moves until I said, should I pay this off? Should I pay this off? Should I pay this off? And he's like, yeah, pay it off. I mean, like 3 or 4 days, it was gone. The stuff in collections were gone.
Right.
Let me tell you something. If he say it, I don't want to put him in the same category as Jesus, but let me tell you this. If he say it, you gotta do it. Right. Because he knows what he's talking about. And one thing about it, being a pastor, and we always call each other doctors, that we know what we're talking about.
That's right. Expert.
If you call yourself a doctor, you're very knowledgeable of what you're talking about.
Yes.
And that's one thing that really appeased me, because you knew what you were talking about.
Absolutely. And I've been in this game again, and I think sometimes people hear it, but they don't understand it, Pastor. And that's why I wanted you. I normally don't do my show on Sundays, but anytime I do it, it's a special edition. It's almost like the CNN or this is exactly what this show is. It's a real live show, and it's breaking news. And so I thought it not robbery, as we say in the old Pentecostal church, thought it not robbery, have a special show and have you come on, because this is the real truth. It's not embellished. I'm getting ready to show you some proof. We get ready to discuss a little bit more, so this is the real deal. This is what can happen to you. Quickly deleting collections and charged offs. And let me say this, and don't get mad, you because say, well, doggone it, my friend, all his stuff came off expeditiously, and it came off really, really quick. But Fred's came off really quick, but Sam's might not come off really quick. But here's the thing that as he talked about, I love what you said about focus, because that's me. The focus point is it's gonna come off.
Right.
Whether it comes off, I told my Aunt Reen in Florida this morning when she called me, I told a person as an example, because I'm just an example, kind of talking with my hands kind of person. If I'm at bus stop 25 and you at bus stop 15, there's no need for me to get mad, because the same bus that picked you up is coming to pick me up. Right. And so I think a lot of times many people, and if they won't tell it, I'm gonna tell it, because you can't tell it like I can. This is a church edition. The whole church today, oh, you can't tell it like I can tell it. So at the end of the day, some people, they lose focus. They do. And I've been there. That's why I started my company. I've got mad. I wanted to burn the banks down. I wanted to burn the collection agencies down. I was like, if I ain't got no good credit, y'all ain't gonna have no job. I just spazzed out because it is heartbreaking. It is catastrophic when you go to apply for a basic apartment. Just a basic apartment, and you see these people that's got bad credit behind the desk. You don't know what their particular credit score, but most of that stuff is jacked up too. Past, I'm trying to hold myself, So at the end of the day, it's heart wrenching. It's bad news, bad news. So
and you said something too. Now, go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
You good? Because I want you to get it all in. I talk all the time. Go ahead, Pastor.
One thing that intrigued me, what you just said, losing focus and losing heart, it is very dangerous to lose heart.
Yes, it is.
When you lose focus.
Yes.
Because your focus is on the next person. And your other focus should be on yourself.
Yes.
And when self is satisfied, then your family will be satisfied.
Yeah.
One thing of me growing up, my grandfather always told me, we always had to rub nickels to make something happen.
Right.
No. I have a different mentality.
That's right.
It's back then they didn't know how to manage themselves.
Yes.
And now we have help as yourself that knows how to help us assist in what we're doing. And I like what that person just said. You see that?
Yes.
Every situation is different.
It is. That's Sheila. Sheila own it. She saw great success. So these are real live proof. So I don't know what else to tell you. Let me read what she just said again, Pastor. It says, everyone's situation may be different. Just be patient. I'm not praying for patience. I'm exercising my right to be patient. And it says, follow his instructions and it will happen. I love that because that's exactly what happened to her. This young lady in a whole nother city and state. You as well doing great things in Tennessee. And shout out to everybody in Tennessee. Shout out to the cities. Shout out Tennessee. Give me some of that good chicken and barbecue. I know y'all know how to cook.
Hey.
Tennessee is all right with me. So I have many clients in Tennessee. And we'll get into some more stuff in a minute. But, he had live valid proof. He had real live valid proof, him and his wife. And so at the end of the day, some people ask me all the time, one of the questions, and I want to read something else. One of the questions is it good to pay a collection? And I say no, but. And well, wait a minute. How can you say no? And there's a but. I say no if you don't have a deletion letter. That's what I call it. That deletion letter should state the verbiage, the wording in that deletion letter should say after you have paid it to zero. It's going to say that you've made a zero balance. You don't owe anything else. So now you're done. But you also want it removed from all credit reporting. You want it expunged off your credit report. You want it just like the courthouse. If you did something in your 15, 12, or whatever, you want to get it expunged. Right. And so that's what happened to Pastor. He was gracious enough to allow me to, we can't tell y'all everything, but I'm going to show you some live proof. The first thing that I want to show you is one of my clients that had all of these collections. Now, this is another client. Then I'm going to show you something with Pastor. This was a regular client of mine. And so let me see, can I get it right? Y'all see all those deletions? Can you see it, Pastor?
Yes, sir. I see it.
All right. Can y'all see it? I'm trying to hold it as still as I can. You see all of them that says deleted?
Ooh. Yes, sir.
You see all that? All of those are collection agencies, diversified collection agencies. You see all of them?
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to hold it. It's hard doing this stuff with virtual for Jesus. Virtual. Who can find a virtuous one? Proverbs. Yes, so you see this? So stop telling me they cannot be deleted. They can. This is real live proof. All right. So this is deletion. The client was able, to get those collections. Now, here is Pastor. This is his name. So let me tell you something. This is something I commend him, because this is something that would help people, help me spread the word. This is Pastor Gregory's. All right. You see, it says right there, Dear Gregory Gibbons. Okay. You see that? Can you see it, Pastor?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to hold it as good as I can. Let me see. There it is.
Right there.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
There's a zero balance. Now, Pastor Gregory went on a big trust factor, because he said, should I pay it? Is that what you asked me, Pastor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And my response to you was what? Pay it. I said, pay it, but only if they give us a deletion letter.
Right.
Okay. So now let me show you this. I want to read you the verbiage. It says this notice is to confirm that the above reference account has been paid in full. Y'all just saw it in zero. And it says we will request that the account be expunged from the 3 national credit bureaus as well. That's what you call a deletion letter. All right. Same letter. Paid in full. And y'all see it where it says, if you don't get one of these, you're going to be messed up. Now, if the pastor wasn't here, I'd say something else, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to be messed up. Oh!
Praise the Lord, I'm here.
Let me tell you something. Y'all, you do not want to be messed up. Let me show you again. What's up, Miss Powell? I got the pastor with me today. So here it is. Right now, it says paid in full. There you go, right there. It says paid in full. This notice is to confirm that the above reference account has been what, Pastor? Paid in full, and we will request that the account be expunged. Now, this company did not tell him this when he first signed, when they were sending them letters in the mail and all of that. He got that information from where?
Credit Karma.
He got it from Casacello and my company.
Well, I got it from him, and then he told me to look at Credit Karma.
Right. Credit Karma is where he checked his scores.
Right.
But the knowledge that I had to tell him, in other words, so y'all get it clearly. So when we checked his Credit Karma, the account was there. But I told him, Pastor, listen, don't pay this unless they give you a deletion letter. Right. He wasn't even familiar with what is called, I call it a deletion letter. And so for me, that's what you need before you pay in it. This is how you quickly deleted it. You quickly get it, deleted. Now, so at the end of the day, that was June the 24th. I want them to see the date. You see how quickly that was? Yeah. It just got removed. Yeah. We did it probably prior, it couldn't have been when we decided to refute it and stuff. And when he made arrangement, it had to be maybe, would you say about 10 or 15 days, 15 or 20 days or something?
About 15 days ago.
Yep. So at the end of the day, I'm telling you, that's how you get a quick deletion with collections. And most of the companies, because I can hear the naysayers out there, that means the contrary people, all them Sadducees and Pharisees and stuff and other C's say, well, wait a minute, because they challenge Jesus, but I'm ready for you. So at the end of the day, most companies, most of them, I would even say, because all they're concerned about is that money. Most of those companies will remove them. And let me say this too, with collections, and I'm going to get to charge off on the second half of my show, because I don't want to be real long tonight. But with a collection, I'm telling you, most of them, if you pay whatever you need to pay, and if it's under $1,000, people, let's just go ahead on and pay it. But don't pay it if you ain't got one of these letters. If you don't have that deletion letter, because this is pastor's proof. I got copies in his file and he's got the proof. This is the proof that his family doesn't ever have to be bothered with this again. So when y'all tell me, I'm saying y'all, here go this year, y'all stuff. When the people tell me expeditiously that, well, it ain't no need of, I don't like credit repair companies. Well, I don't just have a credit repair company. I do credit finance, personal credit, as well as business credit. My particular business is on another level. The reason why it is different for my company because I don't give people false hope, number one, and I don't tell them what they want to hear. And I use the legal language of the law to be able to get anything that's negative, adverse off your credit report. Now that was good right there. Legal language of the law to be able to remove anything that's negative, addresses, old account, medical bills, student loan, bankruptcies, even child support. Ooh, did he say child support? And let me tell you something, Pastor. A lot of people don't know that there's some women on child support. It's a small, it seems like it's a small group, but no, it's a lot of women that make a lot of money, and they don't want the dude don't make a lot of money, and the woman make a lot of money, and she child support. I bet y'all didn't want to talk about that. So, but how did you feel when you got this letter after me telling you this is what you need to tell them before you pay this?
Let me just tell you, let me back up. Like I stated before, after everything I've done, I called him first.
Yeah.
Then I went ahead and did what I did. And then when I got that letter, I was like, oh my God. Well, let me tell you, Galatians.
Let us not.
Season. It is due season. And one thing that I learned, let me tell you this. Everyone that's watching, I can't see who's watching, but let me tell you, everyone that's watching, be patient in the process.
Ooh.
Be patient in the process.
Yeah.
Understand, sometimes God will take you through it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can understand why he took you to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As people, we want things rushed.
Yes.
We want instant oatmeal, instant grits.
Yes.
That's why we got microwaves. So if you want something quick, we can pop it in the microwave.
Yes.
But let me tell you this. Patience is a virtue. You hear it all the time. Yes, it's a virtue. Because this is y'all season, believe it or not.
Yes.
If you're watching this, this is your season. I'm not what they say prophetic, but I believe in what God is telling me to tell you.
Absolutely.
God is able to do
yes.
all the above.
Yes.
If let me tell you this, if your list is long on your credit report,
yes,
and you start seeing things delete, God is deleting things out of your way for a purpose.
Go ahead.
We're all made for a purpose.
Yes, sir. Yes.
We all need help. The pastor's on. Pastor needs help.
That's right.
Let me tell you this. He is a great teacher. Dr. James.
Yes.
The credit doctor.
Yeah.
He's a great teacher. He is stern. And tell you everything that he says, it happens.
Yes.
I'm just being honest with you.
Come on, Pastor. Go ahead.
I'm just being honest with you because why would God tell him to read Galatians?
Yeah.
We all dealing with Galatians.
That's right.
Can we keep it real? We all dealing with it, but we want instant grapes from the harvest, from the vineyard. We want instant peppers growing in the backyard, instant tomatoes growing in the backyard. But you have to wait patiently for what you sow. Nothing happens overnight.
Yes.
But let me tell you this.
Woo. Yes.
If God is guiding you to get your stuff straight,
that's right.
This is the time to do it. While this pandemic is going on,
that's what I say. Yes.
This is the time to do it because one, you can trace everything that you need. If you're not working, if you are working, when you come home, you can get to business. That's what I did. I had to put my faith in him.
Yes.
Purpose in him.
Yes.
He guides me through him.
Yeah, he works through people. Yes.
Let me tell you, he has a heart for people. That's why he's so stern in his business. I wouldn't even say business. He does it from his heart. Yes. God gave him this to help us.
Absolutely.
I'm going to stop right there because I'm like him. I could talk all night.
No, you're talking good. That's what we say back in the old church. You're talking good. You're talking good. Because listen, and you're hearing it from him. He got his deletion letter. That's what I talk about in the book. I didn't write the book. Yes, I wanted to make a profit. I want to make a profit just like Monique, just like Michelle Obama, just like any other, just like Bishop Jakes, just like anybody else. People write books all the time. They're billions, Barnes and Nobles, big business. I wrote the book with the first premise and thought in mind. I got to help. There's a song that says, if I can help somebody as I travel along the way, then it's not anything. And so that's why I wanted this refreshing. This is what we needed tonight to get. I needed it. And I wanted the pastor to come on and without reservations, hesitation, immediately. Yes, I'll do it. Because he didn't have to come, as the young ladies talked about. I love what she said. Thank you for the transparency. And that's what we need, because you see, a lot of times preachers don't like to share with the congregation, and the congregation only looks like it's going through. And it looks like, people can't relate to the congressman or the senator, or they even look at me a lot of time and say, you got it. Yes, I got it. But you don't know the transition that it took me to get in the 800s or to get in the high 700s or to get out of the 600s. I've been there. I've shared my testimony when I had to sleep in my barbershop. I was, had to get dressed at my shop. I had to give up my apartment just because I couldn't afford my apartment and my businesses, but I did that to help the people. And sometimes that's where I was coming from on last Tuesday, is because I'm not one of them that just do a bunch of folly stuff or waste my time. If I do something, I want it to penetrate. Lord, I want it to mean something. I want my legacy to mean something. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children. So this is what he can teach to his children, and not only his children, but he involved his whole family, his wife, even his wife. She followed the instructions. She could have came on and said, well, I don't know. Why is up? Because I've got, had some of them clients. I put them jokers out. As Joe Clark said, don't lean on me, and I threw them so-and-so's out. Out. Oh, man. So I can't take him. I can't. And you know what? And it's so funny, Pastor, because look like the devil bring the very stuff that you don't like. Superman had kryptonite. And so I don't like to be frustrated. So what the devil will do is bring some frustrating situations around and try to throw me off. But it's always, like you said earlier in the program, about staying focused. Mr. Walker, thank you for joining me. I didn't want you to think I didn't see you. Thank you, because he's a ride or die. Thank you. I'm doing great. I got the pastor on with me tonight.
But one thing, you said something, and it could have happened. You said the devil always brings stuff. But you gotta understand, Judas was with Jesus all those years.
You better say it.
And Jesus was focused on what he was there for. Mm-hmm. And we have to understand that you are there to help us. You're focused on helping us.
Yes, I am. And
you are intrigued on helping us. And you, like I keep saying, you're knowledgeable in helping us to do what we can't do. Greater. Let me tell you, I gotta pause parenthetically to say this. When I got it. When I received the different cards I can get, I mean, Discover, Capital One, Wells Fargo. I mean, it was like 50 cards, no lie, 50 cards that on my email I can just pull up. And you know what I did? I called him.
Yes, you did.
And he said, wait. Because I'm not just going to go out there and just boom, 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 boom. I learned. Let me tell you this, and I'll be done. I promise you, it's already.
Oh, you're talking good. You're talking good. Go ahead. That's how we do in church. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, the reason why my credit was so messed up is because of my wants.
Ooh, Lord, yes.
Your want would get you in the don'ts. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm working for the needs, not only for myself, but for my family. Sometimes we have to understand between the want and the need.
Ooh, Lord, yes.
Sometimes the devil make your want your need. That's why you have to have an ear to let God hear. Because sometimes we have to understand the devil sometimes sounds like Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Because he'll try to trick you every time. I like that because you're talking about the wants versus the needs. And this is what I deal with on a regular basis. It comes with the job. And I think some people miss on Tuesday. And I'm not going to touch that because that's gone. But at the end of the day, they missed what I was trying to say. And they only focus, well, he fussing. No, it wasn't fussing. I'm telling you, I miss me with all that other stuff. I don't have time for that. What I'm doing is staying, as you said, staying focused. And I'm trying to get the people that need. See, I believe this. If you're thirsty and I got the water, that means you have the need and I got the supply.
Right.
So, but you need me just as much, even though you think you need me more than I need you. But actually, somebody wrote the word. Here it is. It says a divine connection. We need each other. So even if you need the water and I got it, the water will be irrelevant if I don't have somebody that needs it. Lord. And see, that's why I don't like to waste my time or to deal with people that feel like, as you said, that microwave stuff is because you want. You still stuck in the you want.
Right.
See, the you want stuff has messed you up. That you want stuff to I'm gonna get me a house right now. And you can go and try to get you a house and try to manipulate the system, but it's gonna be to your detriment. Somebody done send us an offering, Pastor. Somebody done send us an offering. Now you can cash app the show as well too if you want to see more programs like this. The cash app is on the screen. But a lot of times, what people does, they see I want it right now, and I've been guilty of that too because when I'm going back, transitioning back to the locations and office and my stuff in Atlanta, and I want to get out of here right now. Shoot, I want to leave Texas with all this COVID-19, and as my sister Lisa say, that COVID-19 credit is crazy. I want to leave Texas right now.
Right.
But I need to stay a little while, and make it do what it need to do, as Ray Charles say, make it do what it do. So at the end of the day, I love that wants versus needs. Right. Wants versus need, because I know you want that car right now, but you don't need it right now because you don't need to add some more debt. And I'm gonna tell you, Pastor, I've seen people not want to go the he that endureth to the end, because this is the churchy night. This is the church night of the revival. So he that endureth to the end shall be what? Shall be saved. That's right. So a lot of people, they feel like because it don't happen, the first 30 days, it takes so long. It feels like forever. It just does.
Yeah. Let me tell you this too. And we have to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Talk about that. Go ahead.
Because if my next door neighbor just got a car, just received a car, I know I got some churchy folks in here, and if I don't, you gotta listen here. Your blessing, is next in line.
That's right.
But we have to be aware of, you don't know what it took for him or for them to get that. Maybe they were in the same shoes that you were in now. And they built themselves up to a 700, to a 750, to an 800. And now they can go get what they want and feel comfortable. But if we try to get it, we'll have headaches.
Lord have
sleepless nights.
Yes.
Because we're wondering how we're going to pay that and feed our kids. And put gas in the vehicle. You have to be very wise.
Yes.
In doing this. Because it's going to take time.
Yes. Say that.
Time. Let's talk about time. I'm glad you said that. Time waits for no one.
It doesn't.
And backing up to what I said, we have to understand this is the time for you to do it.
Yes.
This is the time to have faith the size of a mustard seed.
Yes.
That will move a mountain.
Yes.
And let me tell you, don't. I checked on him.
That's right.
I'm just being real.
That's right.
I'm being transparent. I was cautious, very cognizant of trying to put my trust and my funds and my faith in him.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know, you have to understand that one thing about it is when we put our money in something.
That's right. That's right.
They better know what they're talking about.
Where your treasure is where your heart is. That's what it says in the Old Testament. Where your treasure is where your heart is. And you put your money, to add to what Pastor just said, when you put your money into something, this is how it works in the United States. I don't know about a lot of other countries because I have not lived there, but I can tell you, I can go to CVS and get anything, everything out of that store if I have the money, which I do, to pay for whatever I desire. But if I take it and do not pay for it, they call it Johnny Law. Now that's old school because we old. You know, at the end of when Johnny Law get there in this climate with this good black Puerto Rican, they ain't trying to pay. And you know I'm gonna say something, so I'm gonna be on somebody's t-shirt or somewhere memorialized. Right. So at the end of the day, you got to understand when people pay their hard-earned money, I get that. But let me go here, Pastor, because some people make a mountain out of $300. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I think somebody said that on the movie. Oh, Martin, are you crazy? Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, $300 to get a deletion letter. Right. $300. See, a lot of times people, and I just got to say this, it is what it is, because I love my white brothers, my black brothers, Puerto Rican brothers, Korean brothers. I know people from China. I know people all over the country, in other countries. I just haven't lived there. I even know people in Dubai. Wow. Let me tell you something. When you deem it necessary, and my mom used to say this all the time, leave a person alone until that thought. Is another book that I'm getting ready to write. And the title of that book is going to be Enough is Enough. And so a lot of times my mom said, you can't mess with people until they make up their mind. Enough is enough. They're going right back into the same habitual thing. And so for me, you have to make up your mind that you're not going to make a big deal of $300, because to be honest with you, it is a very low price, a very, very, very low price. And even when I was running that $40 special, which I'm not led to do that anymore because people took advantage of that, and they still waste my time, because I wound up having to do a lot of the work, the same stuff that would not go through on the internet, because it was supposed to be an internet special. You remember, Pastor? Yeah, I remember. I still had to send it out the regular way. This is I still had to certify, which cost me almost $4 every time you certify stuff. I have to pay for this. This I have to pay when I send it out. They give me this for free, but you ought to, because I got to pay you $4. But this I got to pay for. So what you paying for? You see that label? I have to have my staff print that up. You see these envelopes? I have to buy it in bundles. So thank you, Marvis. I think he just sent me a good old Cash App to keep the show. Martin, BJ Martin, thank you for the Cash App, my friend. Thank you. So if you want to Cash App and see more programs like this, feel free. You can Cash App right now. I love to hear it jingle. I was telling Pastor I'm trying to hear that jingle. I heard it. I heard it. Like the prophet said, go back and what do you see? But he said, I can't see them, but I can hear. I can hear the sound of abundance of rain. So, and let me say this about the pastor, and I'm gonna let him give his closing stuff, because this is really good. This is his wife. This is his wife, Lady Givens, and she said, time and patience goes hand. And look at the first lady backing the man of God up. You know, so this is what we needed tonight. I want to say, Dustin, listen, as the pastor said, I want you to talk to Dustin, if you will, for us, Pastor, and all of us tonight, me, including everybody that's watching, that will see this video tonight, that will see it tomorrow, that will see it before our show on Tuesday night. Dustin says, definitely needed to hear this, because I'm getting ready to fix my credit. Isn't that awesome?
But let me tell you, man, it's the time, man. Trust me, you want some stuff that you can't get right now. Think about it. Think about what it's going to look like. I'm talking, I don't know you. I'm just talking about myself, because I need, I'm being transparent. I need some things done.
Yes.
I guarantee you, Dustin, was it Dustin?
Yeah, Dustin.
Yes. If he's ready, what you just said, Dr. James, he's saying enough is enough.
That's what he's saying, literally.
A lot of people can't say and don't know when to say enough is enough. That's right. Why they get so bogged down, because they don't know when to give up, when to throw in the towel. Sometimes we get punched in the face, blood streaming down. We fall down, but we get back up doing the same thing. But when you fall down so many times, you get tired of being knocked down. You go start with weights. You start going to get boxing lessons. You start to get your mind focused.
Yes, sir.
You get to focus.
That's right.
Now Dustin is focused.
Yes.
You know it's time.
Yes.
He's tired of getting the answer no. Trust me, I was tired of getting the answer no. Even the man of God was tired of getting the answer no. Now nobody can't tell me nothing. Y'all know that. Come on, let's be transparent.
That's right.
God has took me through something for me to see this happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so scared to touch my credit now. To be honest, because I'm so happy that not only am I happy, but let's be honest, if my wife was in here,
right,
to get another house, come on now.
Yeah.
It's time. And Dustin, what's his name again?
Dustin.
This is the right time to do it, brother. This is the right time to do it. And he's the right person to help you through it, man. That's all I got. I'm done.
I'm going to say this. Here's the information. It is Exceptional Credit Repair, LLC. It's a one-time fee of $300. If you have bankruptcy, that fee is different, and I'll discuss that with you once you call. But if you have anything besides any late payments, collections, medical bills, student loans, any adverse, anything that you have that you deem negative and that is negative concerning your credit report, you can reach me at 786-213-1087. And let me say this, not only do we remove things in my company, but we help you build the credit profile. That means, as Pastor said, about all of those close to 50 something credit card companies, and we talked about that. And so you don't want to still put the cart before the horse. Right. And so what you want to do is wait and let all of that stuff. See, now I'm the chicken man. So if you really want some good chicken and you want that seasoning to soak down through to the bone, you're going to season it that morning, and probably about that afternoon or about midday, you're going to have some good old chicken, because that seasoning is going to be through and through. It's going to be through. I had to move the sign for that. Through and through. Because I could cook some good old hot chicken and some green beans and rice. So what we're saying is about collections, quickly deleting collections. That happened for him. It says this. Here's the verbiage. You don't have to believe me. Here's real live proof. This was this collection company, and they said it will be expunged. This is your proof. It'll hold up in any court of law. When you have this is what, there's a law that I use a lot of time, and it's called the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. It's the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act, and that protects consumers, watch this, against certain unfair collection practices. That applies to any third party, second party, or first party company. And so when you deal with certain states, every state has their own statute of limitations. But when I deal with your credit report removing stuff, I go to the law, the legal language of the law, to be able to get any of those adverse situations off. And so that's how you have success. There are many times, and I wanted to share this. I read an article not not too long ago. It says 6 ways that debt collectors can be breaking the law. And one of the major ways is when they, like back in the day, you remember they would call you at 6 o'clock in the morning and call you early in the morning. Well, that law was snapped out in 2018 for real. So now the legal terminology, they only legally can call you from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They can't call you at 11 o'clock. They can't call you at 7 o'clock. I hear many clients say, well, they called me, harassed me, and you feel like it's just like if a police pull you over, you nervous, and you feel indifferent, and you, especially now, as I said, in this climate, you don't know whether or not you're going to make it home. So you feel that harassed, and that is a form of harassment, but they're breaking the law. And so written notification about the debt, they have to notify you legally 30 days. And that's what I was telling Pastor. And then number 3, communication tactics. They went to texting you, and they don't say, and they have to voice what that company is. They can't just try to trip you and trick you and say, yo, what's up?
Right.
They very slick. So that has changed. And then they watch this. It says took or threatened to take negative legal actions against consumers. The law says this: collection agencies cannot threaten you with a lawsuit or criminal prosecution of wage garnishments, jail time, or ruin your credit report. Now, if you don't, right now, you can Google this, 2018, September, credit laws change. And I'm telling you, you will find all that information. So I'm diligent in trying to work with those laws that are going to get you the best outcome, for your credit report. So I wanted him to come on tonight. I know you've been blessed. We're not going to be long, but I wanted him to come in, and share his perspective. What would you say to the person that says, right now they're going through COVID-19 and they know they got the $300. They got that and some more. People was doing what they was doing for 4th of July. Before 4th of July, they're going to be doing it after the show tonight. What would you say about people? Even first of all, let me say this. This is information. I don't get paid one dime off Facebook. I'm trying to get my coins up on YouTube, but I don't get paid anything one dime. Everything that I'm doing free. Just like this man of God, just like many good preachers and women of God around the country. So at the end of the day, when I come on live on Facebook, I want the people to understand that I have a passion, as you said, in a heart, and I do. If you can't hear that, I don't know what else to tell you, but I don't do it because I'm making a lot of money. I do this, even tonight, I do this because I don't want people to go through what I went through as Miss Sophia said on The Color Purple, when Celia would get ready to hook up Mister, she said, don't do it. Don't trade places. She had just got through talking some junk, but when she knew what it was like to be locked up.
Right.
And could not do what she wanted to do.
Right.
So what would you say, Pastor, in your closing? What would you say, not only to Dustin, we shared what we could tonight, but what would you say to the person that don't believe that collections can come off their credit report expeditiously? And I'm going to talk about charge off in a little bit, but what do you say to those people that says, they told me them collections, you still have to pay them and they're going to forever follow you? What do you say to people, that's looking at us right now?
Well, first of all, since it's my closing remarks, thank you so much for bringing me on. I enjoyed myself. I thank God for God leading me to you to be one of your clients and being my wife. I thank you tremendously. Well, first of all, what other place that you can spend $300 and get a great response, not only through your credit, but looking at a new home or car, because you're gonna spend that $300 somewhere. Let's keep it real. You might go buy some clothes. You might go do something out of the ordinary. But we just left the holiday. So you have to understand that you have to know when to spend and when not to spend.
That's right.
And like Dustin, man. That was a wise thing that you said, man, and typed in, man. And I pray to God that you go ahead and do it, man, because And I'm telling you, it works. And with the collection on your report, man, pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Pay it. So your credit can go. Well, one thing about it, Dr. James, I'm gonna keep calling it Dr. James.
That's what I am. I got this degree.
Doctor.
Uh-huh.
The exceptional doctor. Let me tell you this, that he knows what he's talking about. He's going to do the same thing I'm saying. Go ahead and pay it so your credit could jump up. I mean, up. And then once Dr. James does what he does and you do what you do, you're going to be so happy like I am right now. You know, I'm just keeping my composure because I'm not here for myself. I'm here for you. Yeah. And like you said, it's never too late to start. No, it's not. It's never too late to start, but this is the time to do it. The time is now.
That's it. And thank you so much for that. I definitely agree. It's never too late. It's never too late. And I'm going to tell you something, and I want Mr. Fletcher, I'm going to put something just before I let you go, Pastor. And this is the time that you have to do it. One of the spiritual signatures of God is when you can still flourish when a famine or when chaos is still around you. Because, you know, he's not the author of confusion, but he knows how to stamp out confusion and put out confusion. And one thing I know, a lot of people was asking me, well, has your business took a hit because the COVID-19? I was like the mortician, you know, I know I thought it was funny, but the mortician business has went up. And, you know, I don't want to see people leave. I have had clients that their loved ones have catch the COVID-19, but, you know, it seemed like, well, people are always going to have poor people around. It's always going to be a dilemma. That's what's going to always keep you giving reverence and credence to God, is because you're going to always have a fight, but you still are going to be able to win those fights. Right. Is because you focus and you've made up your mind. I don't want to live like this anymore. And a lot of times, most people, and since this is the church night edition, so a lot of times you might not have. Now, I'm a runner. I love to shout. I'm Pentecostal. I love to run. I love to sing. I love to play the organ. I don't sing. I sang, honey. I love to rap back, me and Pat LaBelle. I love all that kind of carrying on. But if you don't do that, this is what you got to do right now. If you want your credit to be better, make a decision. That's it. You don't have to fall out. You don't have to speak in tongues. All you have to do is make a decision. Enough is enough. I don't want to keep hearing no. And that's what I wrote down that Pastor kept saying, because I like to take notes too. When he kept saying, I'm tired of hearing no. I'm telling you, see, when I was in my 20s, that's why God has blessed me. I didn't like that, because when I got fed up, I went to First Citizen Bank and they denied me. I was trying to get $275,000, not $7,500. I said 200. And I went in there and I said, I pay my bills. I got my barbershop and salon at the time. And that white lady looked at me like, I know you look good. You smell good. Lord, you sharp as a tack with your little thin self. I was thinner. And so she was not having it. She was not having it. She did everything. Even her boss was nice to me. But at the end result, I couldn't take it. I was like, ma'am, yes or no? Am I getting this or not? And they would not approve it. The only thing that held me back, not my business plan, not my portfolio, not my ability to be able to expound all these degrees, got more degrees than a thermometer. It wasn't none of that. They went solely on the basis and the premise of my credit. Right. I didn't even, at the time, I knew what FICO was, but I didn't have the intellect that I have now. Right. And I had to seek it out. Like you said, you watched me for months and you watched me and you did your background. I don't have a problem with that. And keep on. That's why some of y'all dating these knuckleheads, you ain't checked them out. You need to check them out, because then you co-signing for their stuff and then you paying their, You need to check them out. Ain't nothing wrong with having an intelligent conversation. Say, boy, you fine as wine, but do you have good credit? You better know what you're getting into.
That's right.
You know, especially if you go to a family function, you're gonna find out that his aunt crazy, gonna find out that his cousin's crazy, find out that all of them been broke, and then you went, well, how did you make it out? He needs to, or she needs to be able to tell you more than I look good. So for me, when they denied me, Pastor, I went to my town home. I went upstairs. I'll never forget it. Y'all can't see, but there's a nice big old window here, over there, and it was almost like in my bedroom. And I looked up out of that window. I said, Lord, I ain't never going through this no more. Because I literally want to get some gasoline and burn that place down. So I had to make a decision. I'm telling you, I made a decision standing by that window that I would never leave this earth with bad credit. And God has blessed me as a businessman to keep that promise.
Wow. Prime example of focusing. Peter walking on water. When he took his eyes off Jesus.
Yes.
Because of the boisterous winds, what did he do? He started to sink.
Yes.
And let me tell you, when we start sinking, who is better there to help us than Jesus, but also Dr. James? Because think about it, this life, we're going to lose focus.
Yes.
Just keep it real. We are going to lose focus.
Yes.
A lot of things in our lives are boisterous. Our family is boisterous. Our job is boisterous. And then we so lose focusing on what God is trying to tell us to do that we just start to sink. We start to lose hope. Like Dr. James said, he wanted to burn up something.
I sure did.
Maybe you want to drink yourself to death. Maybe you want to do something out of the ordinary. But let me tell you, this thing called life is serious.
Yes, it is.
When you are in this life, you have to have some good stuff in it. You got to have some good credit.
Yes, you got to. Credit is everything.
Because think about it. Think about this. If you want to get your wife a new ring,
say it, Pastor. Say it.
Because this one right here, don't get upgraded. You have to have some good credit.
You do.
They gonna look on if you're trying to buy a $25,000 ring. They gonna be like, let me see. Okay, all right. Oh, you got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. Oh no, I'm sorry, sir. We can't help you. But when they look at it and they be like, okay. You trustworthy, okay? You pay me on time, okay? Yeah, what kind of ring you want? And that would be the most exciting thing if you just keep focusing on what he's telling you to do.
Yes.
I'm telling you, his book. I promised him, and I'm on the air saying this.
Yes,
I promised him that I was gonna get it back, but I didn't get it. I promised him today that I am gonna get it. Absolutely. Because everything that he's saying and what I've been looking at as he opened up the book and he was telling me, God would never stir you wrong. If you're on here watching, the people that are watching, you're not on here by accident.
That's right.
You're here on purpose.
Yes.
And as I get off, because I know he got to go to something else, I just want to pray with you guys.
Please do.
To let you know that everything's going to work out in your favor.
Yeah.
Father God in heaven, we just come now to say thank you. Thank you, Father God, for this hour that we had together right now, Father God, talking about But Father God, right now, I want you to touch the hearts of your people. Touch the hearts of your people that's going through bad issues right now, Father God. Then let them know that everything works out for the good of them.
Good,
God, and the called according to his purpose. So right now, Father God, the purpose here and now that people are watching is to fix. What some people are themselves has messed up. Let me tell you, I'm not the perfect one. Right now, Father God, but I thank God for Dr. James right now, Father God, of giving me the insight, giving me the knowledge, giving me the skills right now, Father God, to better myself right now, Father God, in this what we call life and in this small world right now, Father God. So touch him. Put your arm around him to let him know that everything's going to be all right now, Father God, through this pandemic when it seems hard, when it seems weary. Right now, Father God, touch your people right now, Father God. Let them know that all things work together for them right now, Father God. In the name of Jesus, we do pray. Amen.
Amen and amen and amen. If you wasn't blessed by that, if you wasn't blessed by that, you know, we we just gonna just keep on praying for you. So, Pastor, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for your transparency, and thank you. And everybody just enjoyed you. We all needed this tonight. I'm glad that I obeyed the Lord when I did this. And you definitely are a friend to the show. You watch the show and you support the show. And give my regards to your first lady and to your family. And I want to say before he does get out of here that whenever it is safe to come back, you know, I'm coming so I can see his new home, because that's the next project that we're working towards. And I'm going to do a book signing there in Tennessee. So to everybody, as they say, Lottie Dottie and everybody, I want to see you in Tennessee. I want to thanks, the Aints, the Chanks, the Banks. You don't even know what you are. I want to see you. All right. So thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I totally agree tonight. Thank you so much. Miss Powell said, thank you, Pastor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is wonderful. I love Miss Powell. She's just wonderful. And Alabama, shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Tennessee, Memphis. I've never been to Memphis. I always heard some good stuff about Memphis. So shout out to New York. Shout out to California, and to everybody that sees this particular live credit show. This young man is live proof. If you go back and watch this particular broadcast and show, you're going to see that letter of deletion. Only pay those collections if you get that letter of deletion. Now, don't run out here hollering about, he said, pay him. Because if it's under $1,000, go on and wipe that debt out. But make sure you get that letter that will cover you in years to come. All right. Wilmington, North Carolina is in the house. All right. UNCW. Now, I know about that. I sung on that campus years ago. I've been somewhere. Let me read this, Pastor. He says, I can testify to that. I'm living proof that you are the truth. He said, I followed you for 2 years, and you helped me buy my first home, get to buy my first home. And thank you so much, Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher has been with me. I've had my show now for 2 years, and he's been with me, a viewer, for day one. He has, congratulations, man. Congratulations to Pastor Givens and his family, to all of you that have had success. And thank you so much. I'm going to let him go so he can eat that good old chicken or whatever he got to eat. And I'm going to be back after this commercial break. And so I want you all to sit there, and I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, everybody. Listen, thank you so much for the first half of the show. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes on this, and I'm going to let you go because we will have my normal show on Tuesday nights. Did y'all not enjoy the pastor? Thank you, Mr. Walker. This is wonderful. This was such a refreshing for me. I'm super excited about it. Congratulations to everybody. You can get that quick deletions for those the quick deletions that you need for your credit report. It can be fixed. Anything that you need, I'm here for you to help you. New York City in the house. That's what I'm talking about. I love New York. I love New York. Can't wait for everything. The coast is clear so I can come to New York as well. And also, if you want to sign up, certainly you can reach me at 786-213-1087. And let me say this also, if you want to, Cash App is just not for me to go out and buy a new David Yurman Peace bracelet. That's not what the Cash App is about. The Cash App is just as well as any other syndicated network or any radio show. We need sponsors, and sponsorship means that Casacello, I believe in you and your company, Exceptional Credit Repair. I believe in you to the degree as Mr. BJ did, BJ, when he sent that particular cash app donation, that says to me and my company, hey, I love programs like this. I need this type of show. I need this type of information. Education is the key. I need to know about student loans. I need to know about the home buying process. So you actually right now, while I'm talking, can cash app me the dollar symbol in Casacello. It's the dollar symbol, just Casacello, nothing, not Casacello James or anything like that, but it's just the dollar symbol Casacello at Cash App. All right. Now, if you want to send me $1 million, please call me at 786 213-1087. We'll talk about that. Yes, it was awesome. I enjoyed the pastor. He's just amazing. Now you see what I see. Now, let's talk about charge-offs, and I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Charge-offs, this is the key takeaway and the key points for charge-off. A charge-off refers to the debt that a company believes it will no longer be able to collect from a borrower. It has become delinquent. So in other words, they write this off because, everybody has to file taxes. Oh, same way with me. I have W-2 businesses and I have self-employed business because I'm the CEO and owner. So it means, let me read that again. It says a charged off refers to the debt that a company believes will no longer be able to collect on, and it has become delinquent. Number 2, charge off debts does not mean that the consumer does not have to pay the debt anymore, unless, watch this, and this is the case in point with that collection, unless you've made some arrangements from whoever owns the debt. Make sure that you don't get double dipped on, meaning you don't want to have to pay the sale company and turn around and pay the person that says, hey, I put this as a charge off and they zeroed it out, because some companies now, there's a few companies, hear me good, that will not sell the debt. They will still hold that debt in their particular system and log, in their particular repertoire. They will hold that debt there and it will still be billed to you. But if you make arrangements, a lot of times they will settle that debt. And sometimes they will even forgive the debt. But what I'm saying is, make sure you do your research. Do not be afraid to talk to them and call them. Get emails. That's why I love emails, is because that's your documentation and your proof. You can go to court and say, yes, Lord Judge, they sent me this. Here it is. It's stamped. It's timed. This is their logo. This is their signature. So even if they get the spirit of amnesia, you have live proof, because don't no judge want to have a bunch of time taken up in court with a bunch of he said, she said, shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. They're not going to do that. Okay, number 3, after a lender has charged off the debt, watch this, and it becomes zero, and they just say it's a debt we can't, it's unattainable and we can't collect it. So after the debt has been charged off, they can sell that debt to a third-party company. I covered that, and try to collect that particular debt. All right. So number 4, a consumer owes the debt until the debt is either paid off or settled. All right. The consumer owes the debt until it has been paid off or settled. Okay. Discharge. Now, watch this. If you do file bankruptcies, now y'all know I'm not a fan of bankruptcies. Anybody that's been following me, I'm not a fan of bankruptcy. But once that bankruptcy has been discharged, they can hang it up. They can no longer come after you anymore. Once it's been discharged and zeroed out, now you're not going to be able to go back to that company that you got the car from, where you got the house from. They don't want to hear anything from you again. But discharge means it has completely been settled, finished. As Jesus said on the cross, it is finished. All right. Now watch this. Charge off usually occur. This is the time frame. So when can they put that charge off there? When can they put that collection on my credit report? Can they immediately do it? No, they're supposed to follow the rule of the law. And this says a charge off usually occurs when the creditor has deemed that the debt is outstanding or uncollectible. All right. Typically, it follows with 180 days or 6 months. Now, that law was confirmed and even backed up even more in September of 2018. So at least you're going to get 180 days and 30 days with some collections. With charge off, they should, before they do all of the damage that they're going to try to do to your credit report, you got about 5 to 6 months to be able to maneuver and try to do something about it. Don't just get those letters in the mail and just throw them in the garbage, all right? Because you feel like it's going to go away. It does not magically go away, because this is all high tech in a system. Everything is computerized, so it's a click of a button. They have to pay certain agencies, third-party companies, to handle these type of affairs, all right? So you might not have a secretary. You might not have a liaison. You might not have somebody that's handling your affairs. You might not have a CPA. You might not have an accountant. So you have to do your homework. That's why my book is very important. It walks you through all of these steps. It will teach you and tell you exactly what to do, and it will show you step by step. Somebody asked me the other day, does the book help me step by step? Yes, it does. Teach me how to fix my credit. Go on Amazon.com right now and purchase the book. It would really make a brother happy, because you will have the tools you need for you, your family. Give it out as Christmas gifts. If you want to bless somebody first date, if you want to take that book and give them a present, if you want to buy them some fragrances, fine, but throw that book in there. And if they say, oh, I got good credit, we'll tell them this will help you take your credit to the next level. All right. So I really want you to understand about charge offs, because normally it says they typically follow 180 days or 6 months of non-payment. All right. So the debt payment history is very important. And then watch this. Once the debt has been charged off, the debtor does not make up the shortfall. In other words, sometimes when the debt has been charged off, they're looking at you to make sure you handle your responsibility. All right. So that's the somewhat difference between the collections and the charged off. Normally, both of them are bad debts, charged off or collections. If you just want to keep it simple, both of them are bad. Both of them are bad. You don't want to have a collection with a balance. If you have a collection on your credit report, it's always better for them to have it at zero. Now, here's the real reality and the real truth. Can they keep it on your credit report for 7 years? Most states, the statute of limitation is 7 years. Yes, they can. But just like Mr. Pastor Gibbons, just like Pastor, if you work with me and my company, we can negotiate on your behalf. Now, if you have the gift of gab and you take that book and you can negotiate it and do what you need to do, hey, you're intelligent. Do what you do. But my company, I am an expert and have expertise with what letters to write, the legal language and the verbiage that we need. And most of the companies will remove them without no hesitations and reservations. It's always a little, hardball out there, and you have to kind of do what you got to do. And some stuff just falls off. Some companies don't even put it up there. But there's a lot of companies, collection agent companies, which are third party, second party companies, they will put that on your credit report. All right. Does anybody have any other comments or any other collections and different things of that nature? Thank you all. I wanted to do this show on Sunday. I feel good. I feel good. I do. Okay. Once a charge off is paid off, can you ask them? Good question. Can you ask them to remove or do you have to dispute it? It still has to be disputed, but a lot of times they will remove it. Yes, once you pay off that charged off, it can be removed. Most companies will remove it, and collection or charged off, because they have a lot of similarities. But the collections can have a balance. The charge off can have a balance. And normally, but the charge off deals with the tax purposes. The collection is like a third party company. But when you're talking about the charge off, that means their insurance, their particular covering, just like the banks have the FDIC, whatever that is, and all that good stuff. They have their particular cushions or stuff that will help them have been put in place, so they can write that particular dead debt. It's a dead debt, unattainable debt. So, but most companies will work with you. Now, if you're dealing with a charge off or a collection that's $10,000, and then we might have some other directions to go in. But my rule is anything under $1,000 or anything that's under $2,000, even if it's $5,000 and you can get that letter first. Let me say that you can get this letter and they can say, once that debt is paid off, then, if that's going to be the hiccup, don't let $5,000 or $1,000 or $200 or $35 mess up your family for a long period of time. So yes, after you pay the charge off, it can be removed. And you've seen that many times. If you are my customer, I've showed you. If you haven't watched the show from the beginning, I suggest go back and watch the show from the beginning, because I gave you real live proof. All right, tonight, when I advised him, I told him that, and they said this once. They said this notice is to confirm that the above reference account has been what? Paid in full, and we will request that this account be expunged from all 3 national credit bureaus as well. Capital Accounts LLC, which is a collection agency. Bam, there it is. Thank you, Mr. Walker. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anybody else have any other question before I get out of here? Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. Thank you, everybody that watched the show on tonight. I will be back on Tuesday night. Got some more surprises. Got some more good news on Tuesday night. But this tonight was about quickly deleting collections and charged off. Sometimes it's not as slow. It's not all bad, y'all, but there's a lot of people out there that's not telling the truth about credit restoration, credit repair, as they say. And there's a lot of people that want a quick, fast turnaround. In Pastor's case, he prayed for us tonight. This young man is in Tennessee. He became one of my clients. In 3 months, he's seen significant improvement to his credit. All right. What's your advice when the same collection agency? Good question. What's your advice when the same collection agency is on more than once? Then you can have it still has, number one, be disputed. We still have to mail it out and dispute it. So even if they're double dipping, anything, hear me good, you all, hear me good, everybody across the country, anything, just calm down, because I sets it off too. Just calm down. Know that anything that's negative on your credit report has to be disputed. The dispute process, I'm going to explain that again, because we need to keep talking about it until we get it. And I get it, because it is I said in my book, no more complicated credit. That's one of my titles in my book. So if you see the same account, over and over again, it's because then you got this particular collection agency that's trying to sell it to another collection agency. And especially, watch this, you don't even have to pay a dime if you already know Sprint. I don't know Sprint any money. There's a lot of clients that I have that have paid a lot of debts in full, and they still put it on their credit report. All right, which leads me to, I got it right here. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, I love her. Y'all see Auntie Maxine Waters, Auntie. All right, I love her. That's how invested I am about the credit industry. Watch this. It says comprehensive credit reporting reform. Comprehensive credit reporting. I'm in that too. I want that bill. I push it. I always talk about it, is because it's talking about the broken credit system. And so that bill tries to help, if you will, the law about the credit, the CRA, the Credit Reporting Act. Okay, the CRA, the Credit Reporting Act. And so all of these laws, I love it, because I want you to be empowered. And even if you don't know all the laws and you don't know about the Fair Debt Practicing Act and all of that kind of stuff, I know about it. And so that's how it is when you go to an attorney. You might not know what to say and how to say it. And you just say, get rid of this speeding ticket. But the lawyer is going to know how to talk to the district attorney. All right. And he's going to know what particular verbiage he needs to use. And the same thing with me. All right. So with those, the Comprehensive Credit Reporting Act gives you the transparency about the credit reporting agencies and the everyday consumer. But anything that's negative on your credit report can be challenged and it can be removed. All right. Can collections stay on the app? Yeah, absolutely. Watch this. Most states is 7 years. Most states is 7 years. But this is the sad reality, Martin. Thank you. And that was you that sent me that cash app. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Most states are 7 years, but the reality of it is most people see things that's on their credit report that should have been removed immediately when the day that the 7 years is up and it's still on their credit report. I have tons of I'm telling you, I've seen it thousands. I can literally say that thousands plus times. That, a matter of fact, one story comes to mind. There was a young lady that lived in a city and state, of course, and she had those same collections up there for 15 years plus. I want to say at least about 19. And so it was supposed to have fell off. But when I did the history, went back and pulled old records, she still had that same account that the time frame had already expired. And it was up there twice. It was more than 14 years. All right. You talking about doing time. All right. So yes, most states it's supposed to fall off, but there are things, that's why I'm in business, that I can help you transition into and out of. That was good. All right. So yes, it can, even though it's 7 years, we can negotiate like Pastor did. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Any other questions? But if the same type of account keeps popping up on your credit report, that's when you call in for some backup. You know how the police do? The good police, when they get to a hysterical crowd and they can't control it, they call for backup. All right. So also, if you want to become, like I said, a sponsor of the show, you can cash at me anytime, and we certainly will put it to the use of the show. Thank you so much. I've tremendously have enjoyed myself, and I've been blessed tonight, and I hope you will take out time, you that are watching me right now, that you will go on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, all you got to do is just click that red bell for the notifications and push that subscribe button. All right. We're trying to get up to past that $1,000 subscribers. All right. So please, if you will, tell a friend, share this video, share this particular credit live show, share this, and let somebody know. Send it on your page. People send me all kinds of crazy stuff, but I just learned now, just delete it, let it go. Just relax and let it go. If it don't fit, don't force it. Now, you got to be in the 40 Club to understand that song, all right? All right, so at the end of the day, you all have a great Sunday. I know you've been blessed. I feel good. All right, and I'll talk to you soon. See you on next Tuesday. Thank you for everyone that has ever supported my business down through the years. And you that are trying to get the house, you're going to get it. You that's trying to get the car, you're going to get it. You that's trying to get that negative stuff and build your credit profile up, it will happen for you. Hear me. Can you hear me? It will happen for you. Don't let anybody trick you. It's coming just for you. Be blessed. Take care.